When your branch network misses their monthly target, what's the response you get oftentimes? Oftentimes we hear a list of external factors. Not only that, they promise to work harder on the next month. But remember, work harder is not a scalable strategy. It's a hope. A hope doesn't satisfy board of directors. If we are not adjusting the underlying system, we can't get the required outcome. Welcome back to the Leadership Systems channel. I'm Dr. Kithsiri, Banking, Revenue and Leadership Systems Architect. Today we pass the generic solutions and we install forensic analysis system to objectively dissect the setbacks. Why do teams oftentimes point the finger for the external factors? Market rate, market condition, competitor rates, macroeconomic factors. It is driven by a cognitive bias and which is called the Fundamental Attribution Error. It's natural as human beings, we attribute our failures to external factors and we attribute success towards our skills and competencies. But unfortunately, as senior managers, when we approve these external factors, in other way, we are validating the helplessness. We tend to ask what happened in the market instead of asking what happened to our system. Where is the breakdown in our system? To build a culture with forensic analysis, we just want to move our perception. I like to draw your attention to Matthew Said's book, Black Box Thinking. Matthew analyzes all the industry and he contrasts with the aviation industry. In the aviation industry, every failure is considered as a vital data point to update the system. Therefore, we have to treat every missed target objectively and we have to follow the same relentless autopsy. Now the question is how you are going to conduct this autopsy. For this, I borrowed a concept from Toyota and which is called the 5 whys framework. That means you consecutively ask the question why for 5 times until you pierce the external factors into the internal factors. Therefore, finally you can find out the internal root cause. During this process, it is essential for us to separate the outcomes from the person. Because if you point out to the person, he will get into the defensive mechanism. We want to find out the root cause in the system. In banking and finance, if you fear the internal factors, every root cause fall into either one of these 3 categories. Skill gap, will gap or process gap. Skill gap in the sense they need more training. They want to know how to do it. Will gap in the sense lack of confidence and motivation to do it. Process gap in the sense internal bureaucracy which slows down the system. As a senior manager, your role is to guide your managers to pinpoint which category they are falling in. Now we'll see how you are going to operationalize this performance autopsy in your next monthly review. When reviewing performance, politely exclude macroeconomic explanations. If a manager begins with economic factors, the market condition, interest rates, keep them aside. Totally focus on the variables which is in the branch's control. When you encounter a problem, ask the question why 5 times. Assume one of your managers missed a deposit target. You ask the question why? Because the branch didn't maintain the call volume. Why? Because the branch staff hesitant to make calls. Why? Because they were not prepared to handle client objections. Now you found the root cause. It's a skill gap. You have to provide necessary training for them. Ask your branch managers to categorize their missed KPI into skill, will or process gap. Ask them to prepare a 1-page solution related to a specific area, how they are going to recover that. As C-level executives, we have to move our branch managers simply thinking about working harder to do forensic analysis and finding out the root cause and eliminate them. When we look at the problems objectively and rather than putting the blame to the external factors, we create a culture of extreme ownership. And if you want to have a systematic framework to deliver exceptional performance in your branch network, please read the description below of our total branch transformation system. We give tools, we train your staff, and we drive your managers to achieve their revenue targets. I'll see you soon with another video like this. Good luck.